Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. How's it going today? Happy Wednesday. I really need to start on 8 at the dot instead of like 8:03 or whatever. But gosh, I'm so incredibly bored at this. Regardless, hope your day's been going well. Hello, hello. So, kind of just winging it today. This is just kind of a day where we kind of just chill out and I do whatever. I got talked into nostalgia, as the stream title says. So, we definitely will be doing that for a bit. As for what that is, I'm going to be doing a couple games, but I'm starting with this. Like I said, I got talked into nostalgia. So, we're starting with Hot Wheels World Race to begin the night. I say I got talked into it because this is the game from my childhood that I have pretty fondly remembered. But also, I've been seeing a lot of recommendations in my YouTube videos about it. So, I wanted to start out the night with this. I'm just gonna do like a chill run through of like the elite mode on the highest difficulty, just to kind of do things. So what is about to turn out icicles on Friday and Saturday? I've already been there as someone who also lives in the Midwest. That was basically the last 2 days. And it was not so much cold today, but breezy. So it felt cold today. That's going to once again be the case, I see. And winter's been harsh compared to last year's. So... But we're gonna do an Elite League from start to finish here today for this. For those of you who aren't familiar with War Race, this is based off the direct-to-DVD movie Highway 35, which eventually became Acceleracers, but this is specifically just Highway 35. So we have the 5 teams here, and 2 of the 4, there are 35 playable vehicles. So... Yikes! Yeah! That's awful. So we have the 5 teams here. The Wave Runners, the Scorchers, the Dune Rats, Street Breed, and the Road Beast. I tend to like the cars and the Dune Rats pretty often. Each of them is controlled pretty differently. They have their own stats. So all of them do feel a bit different. I always like the look of Crazy 8s, but it controls terribly. So I'm gonna go with the Sheer Tuner. And for League mode, this is basically as close as we're getting to a Grand Prix. I don't think I have to worry about too much about difficulty because this game's not that difficult, even on the highest difficulty. Normally, AI are pretty rubber bands, both ways. So, the game gets harder if you're trying your best, and easier if you're falling behind, but... The main thing for me is about getting the extra collectibles, because that unlocks extra cards! Which, for most of the courses, won't be an issue, but we'll have to deal with it for some of them. On top of everything, notice there's a point value that we need. Thankfully, this game is not as ruled as like the early Mario Karts, where if you have enough points, you can come in last and still move on. which is good because this difficulty only gives you one continue throughout the entire run. So good luck. Good luck with that. Yeah, taking public transit would not be fun, but I get it. And of course, we're starting off with the beginner track Cloud9, which technically isn't based on anything from the movie. It just kind of is. But I think this game's very thematic. It's not an overly complicated game. It's not anything spectacular. But I am fond of this game. If you know what you're getting into, you're going to enjoy this. It's just simple Hot Wheels. So there's a minor trick system here. I think the trick system keeps itself engaged. Because it's not it's simple, but it's not easy. Because the game doesn't automatically reorient to you if you're like spinning like crazy in the air. So you kind of still have to do that yourself. Also, there's a stale system. So if you keep doing the same trick over and over again, you're not getting as much boost. Which is bad, because you need boost to normally take the higher ramps, which is where shortcuts and secrets are. So, don't do that. Also, you see that gauge next to the button prompts at the top? That is a different mechanic. If you press the button successfully during your trick in the air, and you do that 3 times, you get a speed boost. I'm not gonna get it this time because we got a stay on trick a lot too, which doesn't let you do that. And there's the AI rubber banding there, but we still got the dub, so. Kind of, but this game was first. Sonic Riders was late into this generation's life. This game came out in 2003, so. Like I said, I'm not worried. The AI rubber bands a lot, but this game is not that difficult in the mind of things. Especially since I've been prepared for it. And there's the one continue we get for the entire run, so. I grew up with this game. I bought this on PC at a book fair back in elementary school when it was a thing. Actually, a full game. One of the earliest things I can think of a PC game with like straight up being a native port. It ran terribly on my computers though. So imagine me playing this at like a stale pace. And that's basically what this game is. I didn't actually get to experience it like full speed until I had run one of the console versions down the line. This game is on the PS2 and the GameCube. Yeah, book fairs. Remember those? There's technically also a GBA version, although it's a GBA version, so what do you expect? Now we have the space theme with the first space course of the two. Realistically, it also isn't really based on anything by the movie. They kind of just did this for the game, but I think it's neat because I really like the song. None of the themes never really overstay their welcome. There aren't too many courses in this game. They're only 15. And you won't really see a stage theme more than twice. So. Gotta dodge that boost pad. Because boost pads kind of have a speed cap. And hitting those reset your speed cap. So. Book fairs, yeah, I don't think book fairs are a thing anymore. They definitely were when I was in school for at least a while, but I stopped seeing them after elementary school, so they definitely aren't a thing anymore. That's a turn you kind of also have to drift through. Not great, but they do make you do it. See, I hit over 200 there. Normally, hitting a speed boost will set you to 200, so I'm expecting someone behind me to pick that up for me. That flaming wheel opens alternate pathways. You'll probably see them down the line because they're going to come up more often. But this course introduces them. So at that point, I might just like, yeah, just ride the wall. See, the AI started rubber banding super hard there. Easy peasy. Yeah, about in that area, I say for me as well. But I got done. Already building a decent lead here with our teammate catching up. Only 6 vehicles, but you get to see basically a vehicle from every team plus whatever you pick. So there's always going to be at least 2 members from one team. Still not worried about the collectibles because I should still have 100 in most of these courses early on. So yeah, this one too. And also, see now, we can come in last and get no points and still move on because it's based on keeping you in the podium basically. Unlike early Mario Kart, which was kind of always like, all right, you just have to get points always. So this one will let you have some bad races and still let you move on and see things. But yet again, we're at another case of things don't matter here. So because we have enough points already. We put up enough of a buffer so we can come in last or have a bad race and still not get punished for it, really. And seeing about things that happen twice, we're already getting the second Sky course here with Vapor City. This one's a little bit more intricate than the other one, since there's more, like, for one, there's more than one jump. And you can fail tricks like that and land on your, as long as you land on your wheels and start driving off normally, they're going to give you credit, so. But be prepared for that to end up being a problem later if I, like, mess up a trick. It's funny, because I've grown up with this game, but I didn't really ever see Highway 35. Like, I've actually seen it, but I didn't watch it religiously, and it wasn't like a particular favorite of mine. I think the game hold my attention more than the movie did. Ah, dang it. I bounced. Unfortunate. So I didn't get the speed boost on that, and we didn't get the credit either, so we don't have the extra boost. Meaning we're probably not going to be able to take the jump at the start of the last lap too, either. Or that one. Like I said, I don't need all the pickups. I already have the unlocks here. So I'm not super worried. It's gonna suck because I'm gonna fall behind here. Like that. Oof. At this point, I'm wondering if I'm gonna be able to take the other ramp either because I might be too slow. But the thing is, the AI slowed down, so some of them might also miss. Yeah, see? The AI super slowed down, so now they aren't. They didn't get to take the shortcut either. Except I guess except for the one in first, who seems like they're super far ahead. But I did grow up with Hot Wheels at least as a kid. I still have them actually. Not that I've ever used them. They're just kind of sitting there as like I wouldn't even say collector's items, but they do still exist. I still have them. They are neat. I was always a big fan of them, especially back then. But those things are like super expensive now, and they're still making Hot Wheel games today, of course. Hot Wheels Unleashed was pretty cool. Probably like a good modern game and its sequel. Not that I've ever played 2 Turbocharged at all, but those games seem neat. They're pretty neat for having courses. There's a lot of Hot Wheels games had that, and I definitely played a lot of Hot Wheels games as a kid. Not specifically just this one, but also like other PC games like Stunt Track Racer 1 and 2. Those were both a thing. Micro Racers was a thing, which was kind of like Micro Machines or 4x4. Now we're at Tesla's Cube, which is technically the course they use for the tutorial in this game. So we're not out of the basic and simple courses yet, the beginner courses. But you know, these games are still neat. Also, fun part, the game's theme song is done by Smash Mouth because I think it was a song actually used for the movie too. Which I didn't play here because it's Smash Mouth. That's super minute, but like, I think that's also pretty neat. So. The shortcuts on the top path, which we couldn't hit because no one had enough turbo for the ramp at the start of the race, so. I think there's going to be enough pickups here for me to get boost anyway, despite that being stale. Yeah, we're good. But, like I said, I just had fun memories with this game as a kid. And, like, it's nothing crazy. It's not going to set the world on fire. It's pretty simple. But it's good fun if you know what to expect. It kind of does play on the fantasy of being a Hot Wheels game that's like, what if we make the tracks real? So, you know, that's pretty fun. I'm also still like, I really just love this game soundtrack. The later songs in the soundtrack are actually from the movie because like every team had their own like theme song, and like for the 5 themes that are based on those teams, they each have their theme song playing. So that's also pretty neat. Also, get to show off what happens when you get that meter on the right filled up at the top right. You get this flame effect, and it gives you like boosted acceleration, and I think increases your type speed slightly. So that's pretty neat until it wears off. And once it does, you have to fill the meter again 3 more times for it to activate again. But that's a neat mechanic as well. Something else to keep you engaged. Alright, you get back here. This is my win. They're gonna be set for a good while because 15 for first, it's pretty hefty, and it goes down by increments of 3. So eventually, I think by halfway through, we'll build up enough of a buffer. If we start going badly, I think we can just finish out the rest of the thing with like no worries whatsoever. So I did Elite because it's the longest. Sure, it's the most difficult, but it's also the longest because it goes through basically every track, all 15 of them. Realistically, it should only take about an hour, but also it's not like I'm doing gameplay or anything. It's Wednesday. Speaking of, my gosh, Rayman Redemption last Friday. Oh my gosh, I am not streaming for 10 hours again. Granted, with how much we have left in that game, when we do it on Friday, we won't be there for probably the full stream amount anyway, unless that final boss and that final level take us 4 hours for some reason, which I hope they won't, but because it should literally only just be that one level and then the final boss. These courses are also really fun because they also kind of play with the gravity a little bit. Like, it's not disorientating to the player while they're racing, but like if you see the replays, you're going up and down and all around. Like this road is twisting. We straight up did like an inverted hairpin. We went through that loop earlier. There's like a big corkscrew here. Again, there's a lot for me to love about this game. It's not gonna wow you if you're not the target audience, but like, oh gosh, does it land well? Also, that apparently counted as me landing. That's funny. But for some of these later races, because I don't have all the pickups for some of them, because they get pretty complicated, I'm gonna have to start planning out specific routes. Because when you're trying to get all the pickups on those, they space them out where basically you have to hit every route. So, and I got second on this one. I couldn't catch up at me in there. Teammate trying to take McGlory. I say teammate, but you know we're all in this for ourselves. Also, 69 points, nice. I didn't plan for this to be all GameCube games. We're probably going to do some other things. I already know what I want to do after this. It's an N64 game. Technically also a PS1 game, but I'm doing the N64 version. So when we get to that. Check and also always feel free to ask me anything. But we were talking about Rayman Redemption. We should be finishing that on Friday. I do have plans to do the other Rayman games 2 and 3 down the line. At the very least, we'll do 2 this year sometime. Whenever we get there. Since I'm also like thinking about things for stream. Also, this is when the courses start getting really intricate. So I say intricate, but they're still not going to be that complicated. But they are going to start testing us a little more. So, especially with shortcuts and ramps, we got to be prepared for those. So that's why I'm not really ever using my boost like straight up outside of like the first 2 courses, because you're going to need these boosts specifically for ramps. Since usually boost on ramps technically gives you higher jumps, which will usually let you reach other routes, which is normally where the shortcuts is, and to open those gates. As demonstrated. That apparently counted. Thank goodness, because I can use it for this ramp now. Which would have opened up this, which led to them picking up a pickup, which would open up the first shortcut ramp on the next lap. I don't have to worry about pickups here. I already have 100 on this course as well. So this is still kind of just going through the motions and trying to take the shortcuts when we're able. Also planned for game clearing this year is we actually said we were going to do Psychonauts 2, and I'm holding myself by that. I actually pressed the change view button. Oh no! That just landed that poorly. Oh, unfortunate. And because of that, we just missed that ramp. We can do it next lap. I didn't have the boost for it anyway. At least the second ramp. The first one doesn't really need it. Granted, I don't have any actual worries anyway, because like I said, we built up enough of a buffer score-wise that we can come in last and still move on. So mistakes can happen and we'll still be okay. Also forget this is one of the longer tracks in the game. Well, I technically wasn't supposed to land that. We'll take that. Also, I got my button prompts wrong there, but, you know, we'll live. I got into Hot Wheels because I'm kind of a... I love kart racers, but, like, also because I'm kind of a car junkie a little bit. And I can probably admittedly say that kind of runs in the family. Cousins love cars. They were also in the racing games, but they like the sim stuff. I'm more in the car racers. I kind of like the more fanical aspect of that. Not that I haven't played games with real cars. I love Blur. I love Need for Speed. So those have definitely been there. But I'm also like, Crash Team Racing is the best racing kart racer ever made. So that's why I stand on that, if you're ever curious. Could honestly also do that today just for nostalgia, but I didn't want to make these all racing games. But a lot of them have been on my mind, so. If I'm gonna go back to at least the original CTR, I kind of want to do some mods, because CTR has a pretty thriving mod community now. People are making custom tracks, and they made a decomp, and there's online multiplayer in that version now. That's pretty neat. Like, Niagara Field is good, but that's barely a thing that's happening now, as I've been apparently dropping frames. Thanks. I guess OBS. Now, I do have all of the pickups here. You can also go back and do them in single race. We don't end up getting all of them in, you know, the not Grand Prix mode, the league mode. Which is definitely how I did this one, because this one's pretty intricate. So thankfully, we just take this track as pretty straightforward. We're just racing here. I don't have to worry about the collectibles at all. It still helps to pick them up because they do give you a little bit of boost meter. So, you know, you probably just shouldn't be ignoring them. But if you don't get all of them, it's not the end of the world. In cases once you already have all 100. I hit the brake a little too hard there. Does these turns start getting tough? No one hit the shortcut, so neither path opened. Well, the one next lap is. That's all nice enough to tell you you don't need boost for a ramp, and they just don't make you use it if you use the ramp. So that's also pretty handy. That's a good saving grace. Now this one's definitely rude because you don't get to go up that ramp on the first lap because it's impossible to A, get the boost needed to get the shortcut open, but B, you only get 2 chances to learn from there. So if that's anything on the first lap too, you're not getting all 100 pickups here, unfortunately. Also, this is definitely, the jungle theme is definitely one of the themes for the teams. Well, so was the last one, because that was the volcano, which is definitely the Scorchers. Ah, dang it. We don't get to go on the ramp now because I used my boost. So, a little unfortunate that. I almost didn't land that. Kidding me? Those straight hairpins were always pretty neat to see. He didn't slow up enough for me to get the win there. Unfortunate. I mean, we're still moving on. We got enough points. Just like the Scorchers of Volcano, the Wave Rippers are obviously, of course, water. The Doom Rats are, of course, desert. That's not a surprise to anyone. It's Street Breed and also here's the Wave Ripper stages because it's water. That's I'm already forgetting. There's only 5 teams. I'm already forgetting the name. But here's the first water track for the Wave Rippers, the Deep Zone. And I thought this course for the first time seeing this was super cool. Because it's like a submerged city here. You just do a course through the tunnel when you go underwater. Technically, you don't have to do this to hit this top path, but sometimes it helps. Well, I mean, you have to do it to actually land on the top path, but you don't need to use it there for boost. Because it doesn't cut a ton of time and the AI's dumb enough. Also, they start throwing back-to-back ramps at you, so if you don't land a trick at all, or you do something stale, you're not getting the second ramp. And they start doing that a lot from here on out, so be prepared for that to trip you up. This game does technically also have a pseudo sequel. I say pseudo because it's very much not exactly the same game as this. They didn't do anything for accelerations, which was kind of upsetting. But Stunt Check Challenge on the PS2 and Xbox is kind of the sequel game to this, because it plays similarly and has similar enough mechanics, but it's not based on any specific brand of Hot Wheels. It just kind of wanted to make another game in the same style, from the same studio even. But it has like a game show theme to it, so. I think that's neat. I failed the trick. Thankfully, we have the flame boost, and it just wore off. So we would have gotten up to speed at least a little bit faster. We're gonna also still build meter because there's a bunch of collectibles we missed out on the alternate path here. So there we go. I could not remember what direction I did, so I was like, all right, if I pick left and it's stale, this sucks. There's only 4 cardinal directions. Like, I cannot remember what direction I picked. And then immediately do off a ramp and then do the same direction again and immediately get it stale. Alright, we're probably not winning this one, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure if I didn't balk there, we might have clutched that out. How did I forget about the road beast? Okay, so we should be about halfway done. Here's the first level where I don't have all the collectibles so far. Oh, this one sucks to get them all on. I still haven't been able to do it. This is another one where they kind of hit you with a double ramp situation, and normally you don't have enough for the second ramp, even if you land the first trick properly. So that kind of sucks. Gets the point. You need it up there just to get some collectibles. And the shortcut, but... And they space these out in such a way that you're gonna have to focus on which ones to grab. Because they do things like that. Notice that they were on both paths there, and I missed them. Also, they put a shortcut there. So if you miss these on the first lap, you're also not getting all of them. Also notice that they put a ramp into a shortcut into another ramp immediately. Like I said, this one's taxing on you. See, I would have had to hold the boost button because I wouldn't have known I had gotten the boost until after I had gone through the second ramp. Well, thankfully, the game does let you do that, but they don't tell you you need to do that for ramps like that. In this case, I don't have to worry about points, so I'm actually going to try to get all the collectibles. Although, doing that might have just, cut me off from the shortcut, so I don't get to do that either. Thankfully, we do get one more try at that. But at this point, we're going to be so far behind. I can worry about that next lap. And now I can't get all 100, so focusing on racing now. Hey, I couldn't get them anyway because I missed it on the divide as well. So we also needed those. And really, you're only getting one chance at those, so... The fact that these both went up in flames just kind of means, do whatever now. That matters now. But thankfully, that one you don't need boost for. They do start stiffening up here, so... But we're almost there. 6 more races to go. The second ice, this is the second ice-themed one. This one was done for the movie, so... Wait, no. This is the first ice-themed one. What did I say it's the second one for? It's the first one we've seen so far. I think I'm always just fascinated by games that let you drive on walls and ceilings. Because I'm like pretty forgiving on Crash Star Kart. Like, I realize it's not Crash Team Racing. It tries to hit that magic and just does not do that. But I still enjoy that game for what it is. I like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, despite being simpler than Sonic Riders for that same reason. I'm really fond of this game. Mario Kart 8 might be my favorite Mario Kart, despite everything. If there was a chance I could have done it, I probably would have enjoyed that Speed Racer game. You know, the one based off the movie. I'm sure someone just went, there was a movie? Wait, I was like, wait a second, why does this happen second all of a sudden? Wasn't I in first? Where did they go? Who did they go from? Where did they come from? Also, I messed it up something fierce. And in doing so, expect to not hit the shortcut, like, at all. I almost didn't land that. Whoops. I should have gone down. There was the one I missed. I think technically that path is also faster. So, how lot of good that just did me. Oh, I also did miss one there. Notice that I'm not winning all of these anymore. The rubber banding has kicked in fully. Granted, we're not in any danger, but like, what the point where the AI is actually actively giving us the threat, and the winning is kind of a chore. All right, here's the second volcano one. Things like this are also why I'm kind of shocked it took me forever to get into F-Zero. Okay. Oh man, that one took me for a loop. I did not expect that to happen. That's funny. Oh, it's so nice inverted corkscrew there. I think this course is also one that's rude because thankfully I didn't need boost for that ramp, but you guys can hear it. They're picking up a whole bunch of shortcut gate openers. If you wanted to know how intricate this course gets. See, I would have needed a boost there. I didn't have enough. So unfortunately means that shortcut's still closed off on the lap. Granted, that's just that jump straight up. That's all it is. That was not that intricate or long. I took the wrong side of the split. I was like, yeah, where's first place? They're just gone. So, fun fact I learned today, apparently you can see the lights of the team. And apparently the color of the lights tell you what team the car represents, which is neat. I like that detail. That's pretty interesting. See, like we have yellow, that's Dune Rats. I let it get stale again. I think because of how long we took there, we're probably also just going to miss out on the shortcut again. I think this is going to be another case where they don't get all the collectibles right away. Never mind. I did still miss some anyway, so it's still not happening, but... Alright, remember me. At the next split, take left. Notice how that one said super sale and we got nothing. Like straight up, they gave me nothing. Now, granted, there's only 4 directions, and it only gets stale if you do it back to back. If you do any other direction, it resets the staleness. And now we get the courses I technically haven't seen yet, apparently, because I have no pickups for this. This is Pyramid Ruin, the second desert course. I have a time here, but apparently I had no pickups, which is weird. I found that weird, yeah, because I've beaten this game. So I'm like, how did I get away with this with 0 pickups? Some of those are kind of hard to miss. including these first 10. They're right there. Also, that's an interesting place to put a shortcut. That's not a ramp, by the way. That is just a shortcut. Meaning there is a gate for that somewhere. That technically counted as me landing. Amazing. I have to not take that one lap though, so I also have to take that route once. Unfortunately, I was in dead center, so I got to do that again too. Eventually, it was only 10 and it was on the loop, so that wasn't that hard. Alright, so we have 70 currently. Ten more. Oh, I straight up just didn't have that speed. I straight up just didn't have the speed. Oh, they're up top. That's why. So we got basically the entire lap. I can afford to take some of these with the boost. I'm away. Oh, shut up. You just don't have booster not making that. Okay. Interesting. Pretty sure, yeah, that's what the last 10 were. I came in last because of that. Oof. Oh, I actually have to do it over. I thought I was still good on port requirements. Apparently, I have to also do well here. Well, I think I see why I had no pickups here. This is probably where my run ended the last time. Oh, that's bad, by the way. I missed the one. To be fair, I can worry about pickups later. I don't have to worry about it now, but like, there's definitely some immediate danger of me failing that. A, because our retry is gone, but B, what just happened? That's generally what just happened. I'm still so confused. Like, how did I get turned around like that? What hit me? Oh shoot, I can't do this. I don't have boost. Technically, that route might actually be faster now that I think about it. Ah, shit. Well, can't get all of them now anyway. Ignoring. I also could have done that, but we'll worry about that later. Oh, well, I lose. Hopefully this is enough to advance, but like... It was, okay. Also, I got the unlock, so yeah, I guess technically on this file, I haven't seen past this. There's only 2 tracks I had 0 pickups on, which is why I was confused. Okay, so I need to get at least 4th here. Noted. I think our buffer ran out, that's why. So this is about starting to learn the courses now. Although I've seen this course before too. I'm surprised no one hit the shortcut on that one. Like, no one unlocked the gate. Okay, I can't just completely ignore pickups because I need at least 50. If we do 50 in top 3, we get a car. So that part is still important. Well, I didn't really do a whole lot, but it did open this ramp, so. Problem. The problem. Double problem. That was a shortcut, and I missed that. That was important. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. That's a game over here. Unfortunate. Because I messed up a trick. Well, that happened. Well, it's been about an hour. I think we can switch games and also take a break in due time for that. So I'll probably just end up doing just that. And I'll be back in a flash. And it's time for us to run ads. So I also forgot to switch the GIF of the day. So unfortunate. But we'll be back in 3 minutes. Yo, take care now and do what you need to do. See you soon. Alright. We should be back. Welcome back, everybody. With that being said, we got something new to get under the way. I should have set the game properly, so we should be good. Hopefully we get audio. But with that being said, how about we get started, shall we? So I wanted to do Magical Tetris Challenge because I've been seeing a bunch of people do it nowadays. Including some friends of mine who've also streamed it a little bit. This game's ridiculous if you've never seen it. Also because as you know me, I'm big into puzzle games. Tetris definitely being the top of that, so. This is gonna do the main mode, which is normal. Who we feeling, chat? Is it a Mickey cat today, a Donald cat today, a Goofy cat today? Who cares? I actually do like Goofy. But I figured chat might want to pick. Does anyone want to see anything? Because we got a bunch of characters here. Well, I say a bunch, there's only these four. And technically everyone's story is different, so. But granted, with everything, we should only be done in about half an hour. This game's not that long. Oh, if no one picks, I'm just gonna go for Goofy, so. Now I'm gonna challenge myself and do the expert difficulty, which is probably gonna get us killed. But everyone has their own story. So this is published by Capcom and developed by Eureka. Eureka, known for its Tetris games, Tetris the Grandmaster, and also Tetris 99 nowadays. But they've also done the Street Fighter EX games and a couple of other games in the arcade. This was technically an arcade game first, but it got ported to the N64 and the PlayStation 1. Although the PlayStation 1 version did not come out here. Goofy visits Minnie, bringing along some of his tasty vegetables. Hiya, Minnie! I brought you some of my vegetables, just like you asked. Oh, thank you, Goofy. I'm going to make a big batch of delicious vegetable cookies. Okay, Minnie. I'm surprised you can do that. Really? Golly, that sounds great. Anything I can do to help? Are you sure? That'd be great. Also, I see what you're taking here. Why don't you change outfits? I'd love to help. I'm waiting for this to kind of stabilize, because it hasn't. Okay. That was weird. Thanks, OBS. And then you're immediately taken again. Alright. I love your help. And immediately goes right back to sinking again. Fun. So, this may be a Tetris game, but it's a Tetris game in the weirdest sense. And then the weirdest sense, I mean the weirdest sense. This is a weird law of the land type of thing where the normal Tetris guidelines did not exist yet. So things got a little weird. In case in point, how you attack in this game is also weird if you haven't already noticed some of the pieces we're getting. On top of other weird things like us sharing the bag. I do believe the system that they use here in this game is called the temporary landing system, which I think is an offshoot of Arika's ARS, which is the Arika rotation system. Now, granted, we're doing this on expert, so things get fast pretty quick. Gosh, game, you didn't give me anything to work with there. And I can't win now, because, yeah, that shut me off. Well, we found stage 1. Granted, it is expert. And granted, I kind of had a bad start. This also didn't have the 7-bag rule, so you can still very much get droughts if you're not careful. But this still has the Tetris Fair of sending lines to damage your opponent, and the amount of lines you send at once dictates how much damage you do. But it's not in the traditional. The garbage isn't the traditional Tetris way of, all right, you set this many lines, so they get X amount of lines of garbage. Instead, you send funky pieces to them. And the more damage you do, the weirder the pieces get. They can start with, like, pentaminos, which are pieces of 5 blocks. Nice T-spin there. Unfortunately, I get no credit for that. Oh my gosh, game, work with me. Can you give me literally any other pieces? I've only got the same 3. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's double bad. Well, I did say I wanted to challenge myself and do expert. It turns out I may, in fact, be regretting that now. Granted, combos, aka back-to-backs, are probably still going to be the most powerful thing we can do in this game outside of actual Tetrises. Since I'm pretty sure in this era they were ridiculously strong. They're also going to probably be their biggest thing to getting a high score here. Not that, you know, I'm worried about that. I'm kind of more worried about beating it. You know what would be helpful right now, game? Freaking eye. I keep not getting them. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Really? We're getting 4x4s now? All right. Granted, the game also has a penalty system for matches going on too long, which is what the speed up is in the level. So if we stay here too long, we can probably hit like level 3 or 4, and that's gonna be very dangerous. Also, pieces aside, another good about this game is the freaking soundtrack. Cause like, someone was apparently going in at a Rico studio. I had to think about that one. I'm also not getting lucky on the meter. Alright. Time to chill out. Apparently, expert was, in fact, too much expert. Fine, we'll do it on normal. I can't freaking show off or anything. Now watch as this goes by simpler, because the AIA will not be as aggressive. B, the game won't get as fast anywhere near as quickly. Am I allowed to have anything else? Also, like, this is not a prime Tetris game, at least not when I would play. Like, religiously, this is something I picked to prank my friends. This is like, hey, I want to play Tetris, and then show them this just to show them how wacky this gets. That said, it's not a bad game in the slightest. It's actually quite enjoyable. I hate that I'm doing this. I hate that I'm doing this. I hate that I'm doing this. There's so many. But when the pieces, I said the pieces get weird, yeah, they get weird. You'll start off with Pentaminos, but when things start getting really interesting, when the level goes up and people start doing some actual damage, 4x4 squares up to 5x5 even. Pyramids. Fun fact of the day. The Tetris guidelines are a set of guidelines made by the Tetris company that every modern Tetris game has to follow. They were first established with the first release Tetris game under that handle with Tetris Worlds that released in 2002. Along those guidelines introduced the modern Tetris grab bag, which is you cannot have a piece go without showing up within 13 pieces, and every piece has to show up and is considered within your last 7. And no piece can show up more than twice in 13. The ghost piece, which kind of got introduced as early as Tetris the Grandmaster 1. The hold mechanic, which got introduced in the new Tetris release on the Nintendo 64. Among other things. As well as the modern Tetris rotation system, that is the super rotation system. Commonly known as the SRS. Hi, Ben. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many squares. Thank you for the hi, Jay. I'll make sure to do that momentarily. I know that was a lot, but... Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just actually dead there. Okay. Hydrating. Gosh, this is the first stage and I feel like I can't even beat it on normal right now. To be fair, we actually had a chance there versus expert. But this is one thing I do not like about this game is that both players share the same bag. So you can literally have impossibly long droughts like I did there. Where I just needed a specific piece and it was just not there. Like I said, there's no hold yet, because that also wasn't the thing yet. So you kind of feel that. This is a Tetris game in the late 90s, but you still kind of have to play it like you're playing NES Tetris. All right, game, if you want to challenge me, I'll make it too wide. Don't make me do it. I will do it. I know how. And then immediately got thrown out the window by a 4x4. Or 2. Now die, Mini. Thank you. Thanks for your help, Goofy. I'll bring you some cookies when they're done. Anytime, Minnie. I can't wait to taste them. Yuck. Woo! So much to do in so little time. Some JoJo posts go Goofy hits on the witch. Yeah, I'll agree. He starts getting down. Hi, Negative. How are you doing today? Maybe I shouldn't have helped Minnie. You joined us on a whatever day today. We're kind of just messing around. We did some Hot Wheels World Race earlier, and now we're doing Magical Tetris Challenge. I decided to do it on Expert at first, and then immediately got destroyed, so we switched to normal. But we'll do the Goofy story. Oh gosh, I can't do Donald. I do Don Cheeto Donald. Hi, Goofy. That's something to ask of you. What would Goofy's stand name be? I'm not too well versed in JoJo. What's a song Goofy can associate with himself? Hiya, Donald. You're just in time. I need your help here. Every song? No, that's not true. Let's see. I'm actually trying to think about this now. Cause I'm like, Frozen. Well, those are covers, Ben. They're not actually songs. They're covers. Oh, I got it. I'm thinking this would probably be Max's stand, really, but yeah, Ben, I know you mean a cover of a song, but like, the point is it's supposed to be named after songs, not covers. I feel like Goofy's stand would be named Eye to Eye to reference the original Goofy movie. There we go. I got there. I got there in the end. I feel like really you could probably associate that more with Max, but I think it works just as well for Goofy considering in the plot of Goofy movie. Gosh, this soundtrack is wacky, bro. It's such a good soundtrack. Oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do here? Like, genuinely, what do I do there? The worst thing is I don't think I'm going to be able to combo myself out of that one. Oh boy, Donald's fighting back. He's got hands right now. I like how I got through the penalty of squares and then immediately got handed another square. And we're doing this again. Ooh, boy. Okay. Anyway, we got that taken care of. And now I'm gonna get just all the line pieces. When I couldn't freaking down stack. Thanks for that game. Oh, well, that's a misdrop. Oh boy, that's a problem. I'm sure that's not gonna have any repercussions. Totally. It totally wasn't gonna have any repercussions. None whatsoever. At least we still won. Look at that! Look at him. Goofy's just incredibly limber there. Thanks. You were a big help. Oh, by the way, why did you come by? Oh yeah, this is Goofy stage. I forgot. Look, I caught this weird stone while I was fishing. Can you figure out what it is? Gosh, I've never seen anything like it. Hey, Donald, Mickey might know what it is. He's over at Minnie's house right now. Why don't you go over and visit? Thanks, I'll do that. Hey, Goofy, here's a chip from the stone. I thought you might like it because it's so beautiful. It's yours to keep. Gosh, really? Thank you. That should hit you something's out of sorts, because when is Donald ever that generous? Golly, this really is a beautiful stone. I know. Oh, that's Mickey to make my tractor's emblem out of this stone. Oh yes, known Smithy, Mickey. Hi, Goofy. What's up? Hiya, Mickey. I have a favor to ask you. Can you make an emblem out of this beautiful stone? I want to put it on my tractor. Huh? Oh, this is a piece from the stone that Donald just showed me. We were trying to figure out what it was. It might be from outer space. Golly, it sure would make a nice emblem for my tractor, don't you think? Sure. I don't think the stone will harm anything. Now, Goofy, I could use your help here. Now, granted, everyone's story is different, like I said, and the order is all mixed up, but they all kind of overlap. I think Donald is the catalyst. Yeah, no, he fishes out the stone, so I'm pretty sure the story starts with him doing that. And like, eventually all the stories converge at the end, like the last three stages are all the same for everybody. Now you want to start seeing how wacky some of these pieces get, there you go. I'm just gonna have to eat that one. I'm gonna have a ton of damage to deal with now anyway. Well, but now you're gonna get ahead of yourself because we're not there yet. I mean, I know what happens. I've beaten this game, but To be fair, this is also a game from 1998, so it's also a Tetris game. Why the story actually matter, but. I like how Mickey was the easiest one of the three so far. He like put up the least amount of resistance. How do you like it? Gosh, it looks awfully nice. Thank you, Mickey. I think I'll go show this to Donald since he gave me the stone. Oh, here I am. Now, granted, since you already fought Donald earlier and you can't fight yourself, the fourth stage is always the start of the end. So here's the big bad wolf and the weasel. Give me a little stone on the front of your tractor. Who are you? We're working for Sir Pete. He's Big Bad Wolf and I'm Weasel. Also, if you want it absolutely funk, here's Donald's freaking stage music. Yeah, I'm not getting an all clear here. That's unfortunate. I had the setup for one, it just didn't give me the right pieces. But again, I don't know what Enrique was doing, but like, someone was cooking in that studio. I ended up being a triple. Now, technically, this is technically one of the very few games in the Tetris series where you can get a Tetris. The other being the 2 Puyo Puyo Tetris games, because Party Mode lets you do that, but they also don't call them Petrises there, they call them Tetris Plus. Because they're lame, but also, who's playing Party Mode? Oh, this is gonna suck big time. I might have just played myself into a corner because they did not. Ooh boy, 3x3. Yeah, that was a terrible time for me to have gotten that. I think I've actually just gone. Yeah, that went off me. I gotta do a 1cc run of this at some point, because I know it's doable. I'm also shocked, like, no one's ever modded this game to have, like, the modern Tetris systems. This game absolutely could use the 7 bag. I feel like that is my main gripe for this game. The garbage, that's creative. You can do that all you want. Also because there's like actual normal Tetris in here, but... How many people know this is this? I mean, it's niche, but it's not obscure. Also because it's done by probably the pioneer of any Tetris game, Eureka. So... I'm pretty sure there's a scene out there for this game in some weirdest scene timeline. Because you can, in fact, just play this game normally. There is an actual mode in this game, and it's called Up-Down Tetris. Oh, that's an all clear. Give me that. Like I said, it's niche, but it's not obscure. It's got a cult following. And I've seen this in enough communities I'm in that also know about this, so... Like, Juker's done this, Claire's put it on Throw controllers. Oh boy. Freaking that one, the never-ending stare. Oh, this is fortunate. This game has trends, I've noticed. There'll just be stretches where you have the same piece like 5 or 6 times over. And I just do not understand it. Oh, here come the 5x5s. This is what when they come in, that's when this thing start getting dangerous. Weasel, how could you lose? But now I've got the stone. See you later. What? How? That's not right. That's my stone. Give it back to me. Sir Pete, I brought you a piece of that stone. Good job. Wait just a minute there. That stone is mine. What a pest. Ha ha ha. Since you've come all this way, how about this? I'll return the stone to you if you can beat us in Tetris. Also, another jam here. I gotta start being smart about this, because I can't let the world get too dirty, especially with the drops that have been happening for pieces. Because things like that happen, and we're never getting out of here. So sometimes I'm just gonna have to let the well get a little dirty. Oh, shame I couldn't keep that combo going. That was decently well. No, I can't do that. This is a modern Tetris game. Otherwise, that would have kicked. This is the thing I have to get over too. I've played enough modern Tetris games that I'm also just straight up fighting muscle memory. I think to the point that it might as well actually be detrimental. While the core gameplay is the same, you cannot play a modern Tetris game the same way you play an old school Tetris game. They are just too fundamentally different. Yeah, that's not a fall. That would have cleared in your lines. And that would have covered up the clean well. Oh, well, things are about to get weird. Okay, maybe not that weird. That apparently had enough counter damage to stop that from getting any worse than it was. Impressive! Now it's my turn! So I know the main thing is if you play Mickey, he hypnotizes Minnie in that story. So that's why that happens. As Ben was alluding to earlier, we're not actually going to see that part because we're going Goofy story. So, but like, the last three character fights are all the same. You're fighting Weasel and some Big Bad Wolf and the Pete. Pete's the final boss. Oh, wait, he's kind of dangerous, actually. Oh, that's painful. All right, something's got to give. I might actually just need to die here. I don't even know what I did here. What was I supposed to do in that situation, genuinely? I don't think I had very many options, to be truthfully honest. To be fair, I feel like I'm still running out, too. So remember when I said there were problems with both players sharing the bag? This is definitely one of those situations right now. Granted, I still won, but like any longer, I feel like that would have been turning bad for me, not for him. I lost. Guess that means this emblem is yours. Hang on for a moment. There you go. It's the emblem you wanted, right? Yeah, but you sucked the life and energy out of it. And so Pete gives the emblem back to Goofy. But not before stealing its energy. Yeah, see? I got my emblem back. Now I'll put it back on my tractor. Goofy, happy to get his emblem back, went back to his home, none the wiser. And the game just kind of ends there. Like I said, it's a pretty interesting version of Tetris. This is something you like play with on a weekend just to kind of like show friends and just goof around. The weird like garbage pieces are definitely pretty interesting because it's like it's gonna throw somebody off like immediately. I like to see them try this again. Arika's still around, and they're still doing Tetris games. Like I said, they do Tetris 99. They recently got to release TGM4. The studio's still around, so I think they could, in fact, hopefully with the blessing of the Tetris company, and probably Capcom and Disney again, do something like this. Because just the idea of having a Tetris game where the garbage pieces aren't like garbage lines, but like weird and funky Tetris pieces is pretty interesting. It is definitely a very unique game in the long-standing history of Tetris, which is why I like it. But this game is also very difficult because Arika does not go easy on anyone when they make these games. Edmund Honda? This was published by Capcom, so that very well could be someone using Honda as a pen name. Because this was still in the era where we weren't using full names right away. Just kind of we're hiding people for the sake of not having them be poached by other developers. Gets the point, Bamboo 1 and 2. That being said, though, we still got some time left in the stream. I just want to show it off and, you know, see the credit sequence. We'll also get to see the high score table. Because, again, this is technically a port of our arcade game. I don't think we ever got the arcade version here. In fact, I'm pretty sure the N64 version is the only version we got here. Because the PS1 port is exclusive to Europe and Japan. So... So we got that. $18.27. That was A after one continue and B after all this stuff we had to deal with the hard mode. So I'm gonna switch games, but in the meantime, we're still gonna be here, and I'm probably gonna just run ads again. I should still have the ability to. So we'll do that, and I'll be right back. So stick around. Well, Crash, I gotta say you picked an interesting time to raid during an ad break. How you doing, though, buddy? If you can possibly hear me. We're switching games right now, so we've been just kind of chilling today. How did the stream go with you doing Rift Apart 100% and Digimon Story? Huh? Please go out, check out Crash. He's a friend of mine. He's been a Splatoon teammate for a while. It's pretty neat. Like I said, we've been just kind of messing around. We're switching games right now, so. Had something a little weird happen for a bit, and I'm deciding what to do next. We've been doing, we did Hot Wheels World Race, tried to do an Elite League, and unfortunately failed and burned out. And then we did Magical Tetris Challenge, which was planned to be expert mode originally, and kind of ended up being a normal mode run, but we still got it done. We picked Goofy. So, we're about to switch to our third game here. Might be last game. We'll see. Don't let my ad timer run out here because apparently still is acting like ads haven't run their course yet. But we should be good. We got about a little more. We should be good soon though. So I'll switch to the game now. Or okay, never mind. I guess I'm not switching yet. Retro Art just kind of vanished on me there. I'm hoping this thing doesn't crash again, but we should switch over soon enough. Okay, we should be good now. So we've gone from the GameCube to the N64, and now we're going to the PS1. I could have picked Crash Team Racing, but again, I didn't want to make this all racing games. I have been in the mood though, so maybe we might end that if we still have time, because I kind of want to at least go for 3 hours. Could go for 3.5. But I'm picking another obscure game. Most of you probably haven't heard of this. It's called No One Can Stop Mr. Domino. So this is a pretty obscure and interesting game. So for those of you who don't know about this is kind of arcade-based, but it's about a game about stacking and combo dominoes. Letting them fall. You can pick whatever number you want. You can put any number, even 0. So we can make any number we want. I'm gonna put 26, 2 on the top, 6 on the bottom, because that works for me. You can choose whatever speed you want to challenge you. We'll do slow, because this game's actually pretty difficult. This is a game about that challenges you. And the goal is to stack dominoes and have them fall into things and start things. Notice those buttons on the bottom? That's the things we have to make fall on them. And you loop around repeatedly until you hit everything. I'm already doing this wrong, by the way. Let's just see what I mean in a bit. See, you stack them and have things happen, but the point is you want to combo everything. So you'll probably get a sense of the chain here. I'm pretty sure I missed the last one. Yeah. So we're gonna do that again. So the goal is you probably want to do that to get the best score and have everything go into one lap. Problem is you have a time limit. That is your warning that you're about to die. Notice how dark we're getting? Oh. There are tiles around that do different things. You have dash tiles, slow tiles, and you can reset the stage to start over. But if you run out of time, you just straight up just die like this. And you don't get a ton of time. There are health packs around that will restore your health to full and let the timer reset. But this game is notoriously difficult. It's not an easy game in the slightest. See, I've already missed, so we gotta go around now. Could probably do setup. So you could make yourself slow down or go faster. I'm just going all the way around just to reset and start the lap over. That's not hitting the chain, by the way, because I missed one. But we should have all the buttons pressed, at least on this lap, so just gonna do this anyway. You also get more points for doing the chain, so. It also has good messages like this. You are the best in the country. You are the best in the world. Very arcadey, but it's technically not an arcade game. It's pretty interesting as a game itself. But again, like I said, very difficult. You'll get to notice that on this stage. Let's start getting a bit more intricate here. So this won't be a whole chain, but we'll get something. There's also a ton of wackiness throughout this game. It's very of its culture. Now, technically, that would be where the stage ends, but this is the stuff. And we are almost dead. Although I got to avoid that, so. So I'm gonna get the rest of the stage again just to make sure we make it back. Although, I had the unfortunate stat of just straight up missing. So, we gotta do that again. Thankfully, I did still have another half pack, so, All is not lost yet. Although, if I miss again, it might be. So. I'm gonna get penalized for that one domino that I got left behind, but it's only 10 points. Now, the first 2 stages aren't that difficult. It's stage 3 where I start having real problems. I forget how many stages are actually in this game. It's either 5 or 6, probably. And I'm just missing all of these, huh? Like I said, if you want it full wagoness, this is what this is. And you can reset everything to start. Not really anything else to worry, but I'm pretty sure your healing handles do not reset. So be warned about that. Oh, they do. So this one's not as rude. It's probably like, alright, you can try this until you actually get it right. Oh, there I say this one's actually pretty rude on its own. So. I didn't pay enough attention and let it run out. This one is where you really start feeling the difficulty, though. Let's start when you get really interested about these patterns. I forgot to reset the health when I reset the stage again, so that one also killed us. It's kind of interesting, because, like, I see the process and what they want you to do, but, like, having that reaction time to get there fast enough is kind of a challenge. There was no time, so we had no time to avoid that. I'm also not letting that reset. I'm not gonna have enough time to get to another health pack, I think, but... This is also very messed up. This is just a family trying to enjoy their nice afternoon. And we're doing all this. I actually forgot about that one. Woo! Saved that one barely. Well, that's a problem. Specifically because I don't think I'm going to have enough speed to get all the way around. Okay, we saved it. Okay. No, okay. First was county, now it's US. So. Also trying to remember who Art Dink is, because I know they're a pretty known dev. Oh, we get to redo this one. So it seems now we're back to another set of 5. Also, yep, just getting straight up run over my car. That also happened. Oh, well, I tried to stop. I guess when I thought you were gonna cross there, I didn't think we were still gonna follow, you know, the path. It's a good thing I saved that one, huh? I hit this bridge every time. That was a lot. That was going to be a long check to get to that last one, so. Question is, what was another health pack? Because I need the other one. I just realized there's only 5 dots, but there are 6 markers in this stage. So do I technically not have to hit all of them? Oh, but I am running out of time this time, and I don't know if I'm making it to the other one. Like I said, this game is challenging. It will test you. I think I let go of that one too early. Well, that doesn't matter. I'm like, that just straight up broke the chain, so. This happened every time. You think I would learn by now, the answer is just not to be there. Okay, so that was technically supposed to be how the stage ends. Yeah, I guess I don't need to hit all of them. Okay. Again, I've never seen past stage 3, so seeing stage 4 was new, and now seeing this is also new, so. Fun Park Massive. I'm taking this slow on purpose because I'm just like, alright, where are we going here? Oh, that's rude. I just realized what they did there. They put it on the split, and I took the wrong path on the split because the dash pin was in front of me. Okay, well the fireworks were a neat touch. I'm just getting those dominoes back, they don't really matter. I am definitely gonna need that one. You did it to me again, by the way. So there's that one. Okay, so we hit the loop point and I'm almost dead. And that got me killed. Alright, let's continue. So I did have every reason to take this slow, by the way. I like how it says bonus, but it's absolutely necessary to do that to get through the stage, because you have to clear all of these. I think it's just so insane, because the stage is so freaking long. No, this won't be everything for sure, but... I like the idea of this because it's so windy and it wraps around itself so often, but... Well, I missed the healing pad. That's a problem. I'm gonna die. Yeah, every round that continues there, so... Like I said, definitely a tough game, but it's an obscure one. I think it's pretty interesting. Again, I should probably search up what Art Dink did, because they're... I know they're a pretty notable dev. Not that they've done much, and I don't think they exist nowadays, but still. I'm used to the game. Going to intermission for a bit, so we can switch games. I won't be running ads, but... This is just so we can switch games. I am going to do what I said and end on CTR for a little bit, although not for very long. You guys should know how this works by now, so... Now I'm hoping this doesn't crash on me, but... Can you ever name a more iconic startup than the PS1 startup? I mean, you can probably, but it's iconic to me. As is the startup for CTR itself.
Start your engines for Sony Computer Entertainment America production. Fasten your seatbelts for another Naughty Dog creation.
This is a game I can come back to. But again, I consider this the best kart racer ever made. I have so much fun with this game. I love this game so much. It means so much to me. And like I said, when I go back to it, I kind of want to do like more mods stuff for it, because like I said, this CTR apparently has a decent modded community now, and I'm curious about it, so I want to check it out at some point. Okay, so we have no adventure mode data. Interesting. So I get to pick this myself. So we get to pick any of the 8 main cast here. I think growing up I liked playing Coco, but now I'm kind of just like, I don't mind playing Crash. But, you know, we'll stay true to it. Might as well be the original. I also do Crash all the time now, so I think I'm due to do Coco as an acceleration character. We'll just do like the first hub. Beating Ripperoo should be super easy. Also, because my favorite track of the game is in here.
Welcome to the Adventure Arena. You can travel around this area and practice your driving skills. The dots and stars on the map represent warp pads, which lead to races. When they flash, it signifies they are open to play. To access a racetrack, drive onto a warp pad that has an active warp vortex, and it will take you to the track start line. Finish a track in first place to win a trophy. As you collect more trophies, other tracks will turn on and open to you. Good luck, and drive fast.
Those lip flaps, man, they get me every time. How's our parts just to show off we're in Insanity Beach. Why does he sound like Morgan Freeman? Morgan Freeman? That's Mel Winker. Aku's original voice actor. He sounded like that just to kind of be like a voice of reasons for everybody. I do miss that voice, but I mean, Greg Eagles does a decent enough job. Although now I can't get out of my mind that he's just Grim, so. Again, CTR means so much to me. This game was my childhood. And I do think it is a very decent kart racer. It's very good. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do that for either version of CTR. Why did I shoot off that shield, by the way? I mean, I know it was a green shield, so that wasn't going to last forever, but... I also always say Diddy Kong Racing walks so Crash Team Racing can run. Because they have similar ideas and they've gone... Naughty Dog can sit on record that C2R's adventure mode is very much based off of Diddy Kong Racing, so... But I love the mechanics of this game. The reserve system, your power sliding mechanics, getting 10 Whopper Fruit to juice up the item pool. It's all fantastic. They incorporate Crash elements into this as well. The item pool again is all different Crash items. The potions are Brio, TNT and Nitro Crates, Whopper Fruit, the Warp from the Warp Room in Crash 3. I know Naughty Dog was technically doing a kart racer as a way I say they jumped the shark when trying to get out of the licensing agreement with Sony, but like, this is actually a very well done kart racer. So They incorporate the collection, the crystals and the gems. Uh, Basically having the room system to collectibles to move on throughout the game. Having bosses because they have boss races. Also, never mind the trophy girls. They're Hi Isabella.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
Also, they even incorporated the relics.
The more Wampa fruit you collect, the faster your cart will go. If you collect and hold 10 Wampa fruit, you'll be juiced up, and your power up.
Yeah. Also, because they tell you about having 10 Wampa fruit, because it also changes some items. Like TNT's becoming nitro potions, becoming nitro crates, stronger items out there like mask and the like last longer. Potions change from green to red, and they can change your items, things like that. Speaking of warboards, I got the game's blue shell in second place. If nothing else, this game's item rotation is messed up, man. I could also use this, but I would be using it on myself. I have like no reserves, so this is doing nothing for me. Again, I will also say how much I love the reserve system here, where anything you do to give you turbo will kind of like accumulate. So the more reserves you have, the longer you can hold boost without doing anything before it completely runs out. And the game plays up this too, because as long as you have more reserves, you can also technically build more speed and you'll go faster. Although, one thing this game doesn't do very well, but I'm glad the remake actually kind of fixes, is that it doesn't tell you what pads are known as super boost pads, which are the ones that send you far faster than any other boost pad. Because if you use any turbo at that point, it resets you back to the normal boost pad speed. So, because that's basically when you would want to use your reserves until it runs out. I'm wondering if I should ever do like. Well, I mean, I did it with Nitro Fuel when the Nitro Fuel came out a long time ago. That was like one of my first streaming things. Was when Nitro Fuel came out. I did a stream of that.
When you get a TNT crate on your head, start hopping immediately.
I wonder if I could do that again. That stream's pretty old, but it is at least archived. Oh, now my favorite track in the game, Mr. Caves. Cool, I grabbed no item. Good job, me. There goes my reserves because I booked the wall. But I do think this game is really well designed. The quest design is great. How they incorporate the source material is great. And it's just a really fun kart racer. It's very skill based though. So I can get why people didn't always like this. Because it takes a lot to master and get good at this game. And you play against someone who actually knows what they're doing, you're probably never catching them, even with the items. Because most of them can be dealt with by, you know, using your normal item game meta and you like block them. Even you can technically get away with blocking this game's blue shell, the warp ward. They're like, you can use a mask to defend against you. If you have a blue shield, nothing can hit you because it's permanent now, instead of it just being green, which fades away after a time. Basically, the front runner has any kind of defense it needs to stay front running. And as long as you know how to keep your reserves up, no one can really catch you. This is a very skill-based kart racer. I can't say it's to the detriment, because I technically think Transformed is a better balanced kart racer, and that's why I think it's the second best kart racer ever made after this game.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
But this game has such a high ceiling.
You can get a hang
Granted,
time
it also has a
tournament.
low floor, which is a good thing, but I'm like, it also has an amazing high ceiling. I would do the last normal race in this world, because there's 16 courses in this game. Technically there are 18, but 2 of them are not tied to the original story mode normally. You can do the other 2 in post game, and I'm pretty sure that's also how you unlock them in the actual game proper, but I freaking love this shortcut, man. This course is also one where you can keep reserves going forever if you know what you're doing. Oh. Press the jump button a little too late there to get the mini turbo. And I took the jump late, so I didn't get the shortcut there. Also, shout out to this theme being based on the sewer stages in Crash 2, specifically. Now, the AI is not too mean because they can't actually get the items that will screw the player over. So, they can't get the warp orbs, they can't get the clocks, which are this game's blue shell and lightning, respectively. So, if you're good enough in this game, the AI will just not be an issue. They will not challenge you. And sure, some people might think that's boring, but like, I'm kind of getting out of this game. It's still a fun kart racer. The courses are well designed. There's fun to be had here, regardless of anything that happens. And now we get to race the buses world. Ripperoo. I like how there's still a wall there, so if you're holding the button, you can hear yourself crash, which is funny. Every boss does have dialogue to talk to you in the cutscene before the race actually starts. And the bosses are cheaters. But the fun part is you get to unlock these boss characters later as playable characters. Granted, they're not as broken, but... This is the first boss, so Ripperoo isn't going to give me any challenge. Maybe because Rose Tubes is such a simple course. Twenty ain't a lap too, not bad. And we got the key for this world by beating the boss, so we can go to the next hub world. I don't know why he doesn't have the exact same voice in the modern games, because that's archive audio. Specifically from Disney, which they can't use anymore, because that'll get them in trouble, but...
Congratulations on opening this new area. Here you will find 4 more tracks to race. Good luck.
That's the fun quarter. Yes, this thing has a name.
This is the load save screen. There are 5 of these screens, 1 in each world section. When you want to load or save a game, go to one of these screens. To access it, drive up to the screen and stop. Then, follow the directions.
Oh, we say that. I know this is 9%. You don't exactly get a lot by doing the normal game. I'm pretty sure you end totally with less than 50% on your first run through before you have to do everything else to get the 100% ending. Because there is technically more to do after the races. But we'll end things off there. That was a fun kind of chill stream. Just kind of did a couple games I wanted to. We did 4 games in all, not bad. But thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for the raid as well, Crash. Just to keep you guys up, schedule. We'll be back on Friday doing finishing Rayman Redemption, hopefully, and hopefully probably also starting something else. Maybe it doesn't take us that long. got a couple of things in mind. I could start with. Definitely have my idea of a game cleaning list for this year. So we'll probably figure out. Also, this is the intro cutscene that touches the plot. But we'll do all that, and hopefully we should be back as well. Still one normal stream. Nothing else. Actual extra is happening. But I hope you guys had a good time today. Also, a reminder, follower go going on. If we hit 100 followers, there's a bonus stream going on, which is us doing from Bubsy from start to finish. That'll be a bonus stream, most likely starting on a Saturday, early, and we're there for the long haul. So, but of course, thank you all.
Get ready to race for the fate of your
Now we gotta find a raid target and a hashtag, although I'm pretty sure I know who I'm going to raid. Yeah, she's live right now. I have no reason not to. I know what to do. Although this doesn't incorporate everything, I feel bad because there, we'll do that. It's not exactly the cleanest hashtag, but we'll do that. That's for who we're rating. I should also probably switch and get music on so we can actually, have something. Sending you over to Claire. She's doing power trip today. So be nice to her. Show her love, of course. Hope you guys all have fun today. I'll see you on Friday, where we hopefully finish Rayman Redemption and start our next game, including project. But until then, you all take care and have a good night.